good afternoon, folks. Got another great product. This is a new one for Fat Cat Collections. This is and I don't know if you guys have heard of this. I feel like I've been living under a rock. So this is a company called Zen. It's ZHNN. I believe I'm saying that right. And they were nice enough to send me one of their car AI boxes. Now, if you're not familiar with this, which, let's face it, I'm a tech guy, right? I just discovered this. I didn't know what this was when they offered to send it. And this is actually the company that reached out. This is kind of like another brand under their brand. Was Binny Z, or Binzy, however you want to say it. They were nice to send me years ago a couple of their Android decks, which I have one of them in my Dodge Ram. It's been awesome. It's one of the best Android decks I've ever used. So I was excited to reach back out, and they sent me one of their wireless CarPlay boxes. So what this device is, here's the box. I'm not going to bust open the box. I already have the device out. They do give you two cables, just so you know. You have a USB-C to USB connection, and then you have a male-to-male USB-C connection. So this is the device. Not really too much to look at, right? So what does this actually do? So for vehicles that have come from the factory with CarPlay, this allows you, I'm going to use the word hack, to actually hack in and to override some of the, I guess, the operating system of your factory radio. Now, it will only work with certain cars, and they do have a card that comes with the device. This doesn't really help you now, but I'll put a link in the description where you can check this out and see the compatibility. This allows you to search your car, and based on what it says on here, it says here the suitable car type. So I believe your car does have to have Apple CarPlay in order for this to work. Now, what I've noticed, when I'm not going to scroll down and read every single year and every single make and model, but it seems like most cars from 2016 on tend to have the compatible Apple CarPlay, which kind of sucks for a guy like me, because I have older cars, right? And my cars have aftermarket stereos, except for my Jaguar, which has a very proprietary system that you just can't remove. I was able to add a sub to it. That's about it. I may get into that eventually, but it would have been really great to use one of my cars. I did test this out in my sister's car. She has a 2016 or 2017 Honda Accord with Apple CarPlay, and it works flawlessly. And what this does is when you plug it in, it takes about 15 to 20 seconds, and it overrides the factory, your automotive's factory CarPlay settings. So it basically, in essence, gives you an Android-driven app on your factory deck, which allows you to open apps and like anything from the Apple, the Android Store, the Google Play Store, like Netflix, and then also whatever you would find basically allows you with Apple CarPlay. And I'm not too familiar with Apple CarPlay. Again, forgive me, I haven't used a lot of Apple CarPlay other than my sister's car. But basically, somehow it interacts with Apple CarPlay and that factory app installed in the vehicle's operating system, and gives you basically a full-blown Android system. So it allows you to basically, I'm just going to read right off here, it allows you to put on apps like Netflix, YouTube, looks like Uber, looks like there's maybe a Pandora on here, and Maps. Again, your car is going to have a lot of these apps that are basically part of the operating system of the car, like, GPS. But this does have built-in GPS. It has a SIM card support, so if you actually have an extra SIM card laying around, or you want to take the one out of your phone, you should be able to pop this in here. I haven't tested that, but it allows you to actually let this connect to the cell tower, and then not have to connect to the cell phone to actually access the internet. So speaking of access to the internet, you can access the internet, etc., etc. I was going to read you a little bit about the specs. It does have a quad-core processor in this. I've seen octa-cores out there, but I don't think you'll really need more than a quad-core. You do get 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage space. It does have that 4G cellular network with 2.5G and 5G Wi-Fi. I'm not going to read all that specifics. You have the GPS and navigation, so you can use the map app, although I don't know why you'd want to do that when you already have a navigation system in your car. If your car is coming with Apple CarPlay, it's got GPS navigation, but it might be nice to not have to exit out, and you can stay all within this device, which is I think kind of convenient. It says it has the main 3 functions of Android 11 system, wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto at once. You can easily play music, make calls, etc., etc. And it is plug and play. You have a warranty of 365 days, and they have a 24-hour. They claim they have a 24-hour tech support line that if you have any problems, they'll get back to you within 24 hours. And it just says here, simply plug the AI box Lite into your car's USB port, and you can choose what system you want to use. I think that's between Android or Apple CarPlay. So pretty awesome. Again, I haven't messed around a lot with this yet, but I think it's pretty awesome. I didn't know stuff like this exists. And what's really nice about it is that should you have one of these newer vehicles, you know, you're kind of stuck to dealing with what they give you in the car, and it doesn't give you a lot of room to like have apps like Netflix, although I don't recommend you drive and watch a movie, but that might be handy if you are a responsible parent and you're not going to watch the movie with your kids while operating a motor vehicle. You know, you could have it on your system. A lot of that stuff isn't really something I really get into. You know, I'm just more of a music guy, but it is pretty cool that you could pull up, you know, your email on your car stereo. I mean, you know, again, if you have an Android deck, you can do that already. But if you have a vehicle where you can't change up the deck, this is an awesome magic box. You know, I definitely, when I look at the years of the cars, though, again, I'll put the link in the description, see if your car is compatible, but this thing works flawlessly. And now there's a lot of different options on the internet. I can tell you that my experience dealing with this company, I've been pretty impressed with their Android decks. So I can't speak for other devices like this, but price point on it, I mean, it's pretty awesome. You're looking at $119 and have a $20 coupon today. So if you are in the market for something, and again, you probably, this is kind of fun stuff because a lot of times people come to my channel for watches or smart home tech, and I may throw up a video and you just may randomly watch it, right? Because YouTube recommends it. What's pretty cool is that, like, let's face it, a lot of guys got newer cars out there, right? And if you are a guy who has a newer car that has Apple CarPlay and is one of the cars that is compatible, I would highly encourage you to get this. If anything, it's cool tech, and it's definitely going to add a lot of features to your factory car stereo that you're just, you know, I think a lot of folks are in the same boat with these modern cars. You can't really change anything out, you know, and granted, they do sound pretty good. You know, adding a sub makes all the difference. This isn't about audio, but you know, if you have a car that has that and you don't have a sub, please get a sub. You'll thank me later. Just something basic is all you need. But you know, having something like this really, I would love the ability to you know, have a snappy, fast operating system like this, just to be able to like check my email real quick. And what I really like about this is that there are some times where I just want to like answer a text message, whether you use Google Voice or something like that, or just check an email, and I'm in the car, and you know, maybe I just pull into a parking lot real quick. You know, and it's easy enough to pull out your phone, I get it, but you know, maybe there's occasions where you don't have your phone with you or whatnot. It's just great to have something. This is basically like converts your car stereo into like a fully featured cell phone, smartphone, which is awesome. I mean, your email, your, you know, for you crazy Facebook addicts, you got your Facebook, whatever. But I'll just give you an example on some of the cars that they have listed. If we just look at like a very popular car like Honda, it looks like 2016 to 2023 Accords, and mostly they're 2016 to 2019 and up. Even for some of the Honda Goldwings, that's pretty incredible. We go into, let's see, how about Toyota Lexus? Yeah, 2019 and up. So it is surprising to me that in today's day and age that they started putting in this Apple CarPlay into cars around the 2016 point. That seems really recent. I would have expected more cars to have stuff like this. Even like Toyota, it looks like 2018 is the earliest that they started putting Apple CarPlay in some of their vehicles. So again, I'll put the link in the description. Read about it. Make sure this is going to work with your car. Cool thing about it is you have free Amazon returns with Prime. Should you get this and have a problem or it doesn't work, you do have a couple avenues of help. Again, their tech support. Of course, you could always return it to Amazon. But guys, gentlemen, ladies, if you have Apple CarPlay in your car and you have a newer car, just get this. Whether you think you're going to need it or not, get it. Does have micro SD card, the TF card. Load up a gig of music on there. I think it'll take up to a gig, and read the description. But that's a lot of music to bring with you, and I love the fact you can get a SIM card. I think you can get a SIM card through like Boost Mobile for, I mean, really minimal charge per month, and then you don't have to worry about like syncing your phone or doing anything like that. It'll always be ready to go in your car. So pretty badass. Nice thing about this too, some of the other ones I've seen are a lot bigger. This is one of the smallest ones I've seen. You can plug this in and just kind of tuck it away in your center console. Again, your car has to have a USB port, a USB-C port. That's part of the system. Just kind of keep that in mind. If you do have any questions, let me know. I'm always here to help. I want to thank we'll just say ZHNN/BinEZ for the generosity in sending this out to me. I will put the link to this in the description and to their ZHNN store. And if I can help you guys in any way, let me know. Have a fantastic day and take care.